The mystery man in Princess Léonor's life, what she can't reveal. There are some silences that speak louder than words. In the carefully choreographed world of royalty, where every public appearance is planned and every statement weighed, silence is often the most telling clue of all. Princess Léonor of Spain, the young woman destined to become queen, has grown up before the eyes of the world. We know her smile, her posture, her sense of duty, and her growing confidence as heir to the throne. Yet there is one question that continues to hover in whispers across royal watchers, media circles, and social platforms alike. Is there a mystery man in Princess Léonor's life, and if so, why can't she reveal him? This is not a story of scandal or secret rebellion. It is a story of restraint, responsibility, and the invisible lines that separate who Princess Léonor is allowed to be from who she might be when the cameras turn away. To understand the mystery, we must look not only at Léonor herself, but at the centuries-old institution she represents. A princess raised for the crown. From the moment Princess Léonor was born, her future was never truly her own. As the firstborn child of King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, she became the heir apparent to the Spanish throne at birth. Every step of her upbringing has been shaped by that reality. Her education, her public behavior, her language, and even her friendships have been influenced by the knowledge that one day, she will reign. Unlike many teenagers her age, Léonor does not have the luxury of anonymity. Every appearance is photographed, every gesture analyzed. Even her expressions are interpreted as signals of confidence, shyness, or readiness to rule. In such an environment, the idea of a private personal life feels almost revolutionary. And yet, she is still human. She is young, intelligent, and emotionally developing, like anyone else of her generation. The question is not whether she experiences personal connections, admiration, or affection, but how those experiences are managed under the weight of royal expectation. Why royal relationships are never simple. For most people, relationships unfold quietly. For royals, they unfold under a microscope. History has shown time and again that romantic relationships involving heirs to the throne are never treated as purely personal matters. They become national conversations. In Spain, the monarchy carries a unique sensitivity. The institution has faced challenges in recent decades, making public trust and stability more important than ever. As future queen, Princess Léonor represents continuity, unity, and modern responsibility. Any personal relationship she forms is not just about her feelings. It becomes symbolic. This is why royal households traditionally maintain strict control over what is revealed, when it is revealed, and how it is framed. Silence is not secrecy for secrecy's sake. It is strategy. The rise of speculation. Despite the careful protection of her private life, speculation has followed Princess Léonor closely. Observers point to moments that seem small but feel meaningful, shared glances at public events, changes in demeanor, or the natural curiosity that surrounds a young royal studying abroad and interacting with peers from different backgrounds. Her time at the UWC Atlantic College in Wales only intensified interest. Surrounded by international students, far from the rigid formality of Madrid, Léonor entered a setting that encourages independence, discussion, and personal growth. For royal watchers, this raised an obvious question: could someone significant have entered her life there? No names have been confirmed. No images have emerged, and that absence of evidence has only fueled curiosity further. The power of what is not said. One of the most fascinating aspects of Princess Léonor's public image is how little she says about herself. Her speeches focus on duty, gratitude, and shared values. She speaks about Spain, about responsibility, about learning. She does not speak about emotions, friendships, or personal dreams. This is not accidental. Royals are trained from an early age to compartmentalize. The public self must remain steady and symbolic, while the private self stays protected. For a future queen, this separation is essential. If there is a special person in Léonor's life, acknowledging that fact prematurely could invite scrutiny that neither she nor the monarchy is prepared for. It could shift attention away from her role and toward her personal choices, something the royal household works diligently to avoid. Lessons from royal history. History offers countless examples of how royal relationships can shape public perception, for better or worse. From marriages that strengthened alliances to relationships that sparked controversy, the personal lives of royals have always carried political weight. In Spain itself, Queen Letizia's own journey from journalist to queen consort was met with intense scrutiny. Her background, career, and independence were dissected by the press. While she ultimately earned respect through dedication and professionalism, the experience undoubtedly shaped how the royal family approaches public narratives today. Princess Léonor has likely been taught these lessons carefully. She knows that timing is everything. A relationship revealed too early can overshadow years of preparation. Revealed too late, it can appear deceptive. Silence, therefore, becomes the safest option. The difference between privacy and secrecy. It is important to distinguish between secrecy and privacy. Secrecy implies something hidden out of fear or shame. Privacy implies something protected out of respect. Princess Léonor's generation values privacy deeply. Unlike previous eras, where royals were expected to perform their lives openly, modern heirs are increasingly granted space during their formative years. This reflects not only changing public attitudes, but also a recognition that emotional development requires room to breathe. If Léonor chooses not to reveal certain aspects of her personal life, it is not necessarily because there is something dramatic to hide. It may simply be because she understands the cost of exposure. Media responsibility and boundaries. The global fascination with royal lives has created a difficult balance between public interest and personal boundaries. While curiosity is natural, relentless speculation can cross into intrusion. In Léonor's case, the Spanish press has largely adopted a respectful tone, avoiding aggressive pursuit of rumors. This restraint is notable and intentional. It reflects a broader understanding that the future of the monarchy depends on public goodwill. By allowing Princess Léonor to mature without constant personal exposure, the media contributes to a narrative of stability and respect. The mystery man, whether real or imagined, remains secondary to her preparation as queen. What she can't reveal and why. If there is one truth at the heart of this mystery, it is this: Princess Léonor cannot reveal what would distract from her role. Not yet. Any acknowledgement of a personal relationship would instantly redefine her public image. Headlines would shift. Commentary would intensify, questions would multiply, and suddenly, a young woman still in training would be expected to navigate adult scrutiny on a global scale. The royal household understands this risk. So does Léonor herself. Her silence is not imposed. It is learned, the quiet strength of restraint. In an era where oversharing is common, restraint has become a form of strength. Princess Léonor's ability to maintain composure, focus on duty, and keep her personal life out of the spotlight reflects maturity beyond her years. Rather than fueling speculation, her silence invites respect. It signals that she understands the gravity of her future role and is willing to make personal sacrifices to fulfill it. That does not mean she is emotionless or distant. It means she is disciplined. A future moment of revelation. Royal watchers know one thing for certain: nothing stays hidden forever. If Princess Léonor chooses to share her personal life with the public, it will be done deliberately, thoughtfully, and at the right moment. When that day comes, the narrative will be controlled, contextualized, and aligned with her role as future queen. Until then, patience is part of the story. The mystery is not meant to frustrate. It is meant to protect. More than a mystery, ultimately, focusing solely on the idea of a mystery man risks missing the bigger picture. Princess Léonor is not defined by who may or may not stand beside her privately. She is defined by the values she represents publicly. Her discipline, intelligence, and quiet confidence suggest a future monarch who understands both tradition and modernity. The unanswered questions surrounding her personal life are not gaps in her story. They are boundaries, and perhaps that is the most revealing truth of all. The silence that speaks. In the end, the mystery surrounding Princess Léonor is less about romance and more about responsibility. What she cannot reveal is not a name or a face, but a boundary between who she is and what she represents. That boundary is what keeps the monarchy stable, her future intact, and her identity protected. And until she decides otherwise, the silence will continue to speak volumes. Because in the life of a future queen, some stories are not meant to be told yet.